I know there are a lot of people out there who think they suck at Rust. And it doesn't matter if you are a complete beginner or a seasoned veteran, we all have these bad times. So, to help you get better, or maybe to teach you something new, here are 20 essential Rust tips and tricks I wish I knew sooner. From the light ones to those that will definitely blow your mind. For example, did you know that you can use a computer station to walk through the door? Or that you can make an airlock that's impossible to break? And that's only a small part of today's video. So, before we begin, make sure to hit that like button below, subscribe to the channel, and check out today's sponsor. Rustly is one of the fastest growing Rust websites with a lot of games to play, many deposit methods including skins, cards and crypto, and instant withdrawals with a store full of skins. You can climb 5 free cases by using code STELIC or clicking the link in the first comment. You can battle against real players or bots in games like case battles, coin flip and even minefield and win cool skins. And if it's not enough for you, you can get a lot of bonuses and free cases every 24 hours. In fact, you can get 5 free cases right now if you click the link in the first comment or go to rustly.com and use code STELIC. Please remember, loot boxes sites can be addictive, so make sure you're over 18 and only spend money you can afford to lose. Good luck! If you just joined the server and can't find any cloth to make a sleeping bag, I have a solution for you. All you have to do is farm a few trees, so you have a little over 1000 wood, and craft a TC, a building plan and a hammer. Anyway, you'll need these items in the future to build a base or to hide from a bear. Once you find someone else's base, place a TC and pick up that sleeping bag. And that's it, now it's yours. If there are too many players on the server and you can't find components on the road or water, you can build the simplest fish farm and forget about problems with scrap. However, as you know, you can place fish traps on the water. But if you build a square just below the water level, as you can see, you can now place a fish trap. And to get scrap, you don't really have to do anything. Just put some bait in these traps and wait until you catch a fish. Next, go with this fish to the fishing village and change it for scrap at the vending machine. Easy, safe and profitable. Also, always pick up all berries, no matter what color they are, because any tea, even the basic one, will give you a small boost, and if you combine it with a bear pie, this boost will increase by 1.5 times. And it works with ore, wood, scrap and corpses. And if you combine it with a pure scrap tea, it will give you 525% more scrap, meaning you get 12 to 13 scrap from a single barrel, which is insane. At night, almost all players go AFK, because you can't see anything outside. But you can take advantage of this and enable the free night vision. To do this, open the NVIDIA control panel, go to the Adjust Desktop Color Settings tab and set the gamma slider to maximum. As you can see, the difference is just huge between the default value and the maximum gamma value. So now you can dominate other players at night, because they simply won't see you. Also, to make it easier to farm trees at night, you can change the tree marker color from red to orange. This will allow you to see the cross on the tree more easily when you hit it. And this trick will help you get a free light in your base that will never go out. However, it can only be used by people with the Frontier DLC. All you need is a Klutzer helmet, a small hunting trophy and a skinning knife. Type kill into the console and respawn at the sleeping bag in your base. Take a skinning knife and strip your body, but don't touch the helmet. Next, attach the hunting trophy to the wall. Stick the pouch you got inside and press mount. Now you have infinite light in your base, plus you've saved your helmet. If you raid your neighbor's base and get access to his TC, you can get through any door without spending any explosives using a computer station. Just rotate this computer station, place it as close to the door as possible and press E. Once you press exit, you will find yourself on the other side of the door. A very easy way to check every room without spending any explosive. Before the wipe, most players warm up with bots on special servers using AK or other weapons. But it's much better to do it on a bow server against real players, because bow is the most common weapon in Rust. Or if you want to use other weapons, the best place to warm up is on a raid server, where you will be in the most realistic conditions possible. You can check this video on my channel, where I'm showing the best servers to train your aim and warm up before wipe. Barricades on monuments allow you to get into places you wouldn't normally be able to get to without a teammate and catch your enemies off guard. For example, on the launch side, you can climb onto this platform, and on the airfield, you can climb into the main building from behind. This can be useful if the main entrance is controlled and you need to get in undetected. On some monuments, for example on the military tunnels, The recycle is located in such a container. Never stay inside for too long, because any player can just close the doorway with a barricade, so you can't leave the container and throw a grenade inside. I fell into this trap myself once, so I hope you don't fall into it. If you're in the safe zone and you have a lot of loot, but you're afraid to run home because you will definitely get caught on the way, you can use this simple trick. First, type kill into the console and respawn in your base. Next, place the vending machine in the doorway and put the rock for sale for 300 scrap. You can do the same with metal, stone, high wall and other items. Next, run to the safe zone, get your loot and buy these rocks from your vending machine. Yes, you'll have to spend 20 scrap for shipping, but you can send the loot directly to your base. Using this console command, you can completely remove some textures on the map, remove some details from walls and floors on monuments, and generally make the game look like Minecraft, so you can see other players in the distance better. I leave this command in the description below, so you can just copy it. If you build an airlock like this, it's a huge mistake. First of all, if you leave one of the doors open, you can break it down and get in. And secondly, by spending a little more resources, you can get at least 2 times stronger airlock. As you can see, this hatch blocks the entrance inside. But if you try to break it, you will be very surprised, because it cannot be damaged. The only way to get inside the base is to break a doorway or a half wall from below. And to open the passage, just close this hatch from the top. A very simple system that you probably haven't seen before. Sometimes you can get wrapping paper from the small gift. But what can you do with it? This paper can replace all your water storage canisters and bottles, because you can store unlimited amounts of water inside this paper. So never throw this item away. By the way, you should always have at least one water bottle in your base, because you can use it to put out the fire rocket. It's a very broken mechanic, but somehow it works. As you know, if you connect your turret to a generator, you can raid your enemy's base in complete safety using a computer station. However, in addition to being completely safe, your weapon is also impossible to break. You can shoot it 1,000 times, and it will still be as good as new. So this trick is a must-have for solo raids. You can use a compound bow or a crossbow in a turret instead of a python or a bolt rifle. First of all, anyone can craft a bow, and obviously arrows are much cheaper than ammo. But besides that, the compound bow is almost silent, so if you hide the turret in the bushes, no one will even have time to realize what's going on. Also, even if you have the best possible set, you'll still go down after 2 hits, just like with the bolt rifle. So compound bow with a turret is a new meta in Rust. If you manage to get into your neighbor's base, instead of spending a lot of time breaking the wall, break his TC first. You can use any method you know. The main thing is to get rid of the TC. Once you've done that, craft a small box, place it inside the door and throw all the loot inside. If you are playing alone, put a lock on this box. Next, just respawn outside and take all the loot. And that's it. And for the final tip, I have something special. You've left a ton of comments with this advice under all my videos, and I think it's the best trick ever. To save your mental health, just quit the game. And to make the effect even stronger, open Steam, right-click on Rust and click on Install. Now your life will be much better. But if you still want to learn more about Rust, then building skins in Rust are not just cosmetic and actually allow you to open doors through the ceiling. Upgrading a wall in stone is not always a good idea, because you can use it as a trap.